Welcome to the TALKESHI podcast, episode 83. I want to say hi, you guys. I hope you guys are doing good and happy new year. This is the first episode of this year. I'm sorry. I just have a lot on my mind in the sense of like I didn't make a script for this episode, but I do want to talk about a lot of things. Just kind of give my opinion on a few things. I want to know how's your 2024 gone so far? Has it been the same? Has it been any different? For me, it's been pretty different in a really good way. I did a winter clean out. I cleaned out a lot of clothes, just stuff in general. Like every room of the house, I've like gone in and thrown out stuff. But I do want to make a little pause to say that yes, this year the Eshi's 2024 is happening. And the way that it's happening, because for a while I was like, am I even gonna do it? I'm like so broke, I don't have the money for it, whatever. But I'm just gonna sell a lot of stuff. And also I'm gonna start giving services again of makeup, photography, and art. And all that money is gonna go towards the Eshi's. So yeah. See, a lot of stuff has been going on in my mind of like I gotta make money that way, which has also, I wanted to start freelancing again, which I will, but that also led me to drawing again and writing and a lot of cool fun stuff away from social media, which is what I want to talk about today. Clearly, based on the title, you guys might be wondering what my relationship to social media and content creating is right now, and I'll definitely get into that. Before that, I was remembering this morning something that happened in the last episode. I actually said that who cares because no one's watching this, and I went out like a week or so or less later, and I was with a friend, Hosiang, who has been on the channel. Shout out Hosiang. And this person said, like they recognized me. They were like, hey, are you there? And I was like, yes. And they were like, don't say that no one watches it because I watched it. And I was like, well, I mean, first of all, thank you so much for watching, and thank you all, anyone who's still watching this, thank you so much. But I will say, o sea, un regañito con cariño here, let me know. Let me know, because, you know, I feel like you should let your, and this is to myself as well, because sometimes I forget, but let your favorite content creators or artists or anyone that's like trying to make it on social media or just art in general or whatever, give them feedback. Not just because it helps out, because you should try to help out your favorite content creators and such by giving them engagement and stuff like that, because it obviously helps grow them, and you know, then they get opportunities off of that. But also just because to know that we shouldn't stop, because so many times me and other people have thought of stopping just because we don't get the feedback that we want. So I think it does lie in you guys though to like comment it. I would love to know who this person is, and if they could comment that they've watched or have been watching, like I would appreciate that. Like over a year and a half ago, I think, at a Villana show, I saw someone who recognized me and wanted a picture with me, and then just never posted it. And I don't know who this person is to this day. So what is it with like not letting me know, okay? Or posting things, or just even DMing me like, hey, I saw you, I'm the one that saw you, you know? Just like, sometimes we need to be let known that we're appreciated, okay? I just wanted to go on that little rant and say that. But yeah, anyway, what was I even talking about? So this year, I am really motivated to do a lot of things. Like last week, I want to talk about last week, because last week I cooked so much, and I cooked a lot of things with a lot of veggies and just greens in general, and I barely ate outside. You know, I just made everything myself, which was great. And I want to celebrate that week, because I don't know if I can be consistent that way. I know that this week already I haven't been, but it was very nice to know that I tried. And also last week I drew a lot and I wrote a lot. And I think a lot about what it is that I want to do with my life. And I guess I'm already getting into it. I don't think social media was ever like it was never in anyone's plans, right? Because it's, or at least by what I think. I don't think a lot of people grow up wanting to be social media stars or creators even, and they're like, now a lot of kids are, right? And that's like a whole dilemma, but I'm not here to talk about kids because I don't know their situation. But I feel like I'm never going to stop doing a podcast as long as I can, really, because this isn't even a consistent podcast. It's not like I deliver episodes every week or anything. I would love for that to be, the I would love for that to be the case, but I just don't got it like that. However, it is fun to just sit here and talk about what happened this week, or don't see that. Or Tata Charbonnier getting arrested, But I also feel like, I mean, podcasting is fun. That's the thing. Like, I can always do podcasting. I can always sit here and talk for a little while and post it and make content from it. It's great. I love doing that. I think it's like the one thing content creating wise that I can do. Now, my ideas of content creating and my hunger or thirst, I guess, I don't know, for content creating lately, I just see it so differently now. It's funny because, like, I think I recently followed like a page that talks about how you can make money off of content creating and stuff like that with very little followers, and I find it so useful. It's crazy how I'm seeing it useful now that I am just simply not interested in that. Because I'm simply just interested in being an artist. I know that sounds kind of dumb in a way. It's not dumb, right? I think the podcast and the Eshis is the only thing I want to do that's social media related. I think the rest, I would honestly just like to be an artist and to just like, I feel like my dreams have kind of changed in that sense. I used to want to be like this big creator, and then when I was a big creator, I'd like dedicate myself to my art or stuff. But I feel like it's a heavy pursuit. It's a very big thing to do, to be a content creator. I don't have it like that. I don't have the time like that. I don't have the even la gana de hacerlo, or to just be like a content creator that uploads all the time, or that wears outfits just for the content, or just dedicates myself to the content in that sense. It's just not what fills me. I know it's what fills a lot of other people, and good on them. Like, I hope they achieve everything that they want and deserve. I was actually thinking, if we have to put it this way a little bit, and this isn't really to discredit marketing, because I know a lot of people in marketing. Marketing is really fun, if I'm being honest. Like, I genuinely considered, I feel like I'm dressed for the job a little bit, like a little bit of a cunty marketing. Not really, but recently I was like, I want to go back to study, but study what? And I was thinking marketing, because marketing is fun. It's a decent job to have. I think I know a lot about it already, so I would just be refining my knowledge and being able to find a job in it. But the truth is that even as a creator and not like as a marketing person, I feel like there's this dissonance of like, I would be working for brands, and while I, as a creator, and especially for the issues, if any brands want to sponsor, of course, I feel like you can be an artist and be sponsored, and I don't know if you guys watch a lot of YouTubers, but YouTubers, people would always get upset with them if they took like a brand deal or sponsor or something. And that's just so weird, because it's like, I don't know, like, don't you want them to get paid? Are you gonna personally pay them? Which a lot of people do, of course, through Patreon and stuff like that. But I think that, like, in this world, we're not just artists anymore. If people are artists, they're not just artists anymore. Like, they gotta find a way to get paid. There's no way that they can't, do what they do and not get paid somehow, So I think that, that's why I don't really hate or like look down upon anyone that gets a sponsorship, that would be crazy. For a long time, when I was just like on this mindset of like I want to be a creator, I was like, how do I get brands to sponsor me? I would show off a can of Goya and make it like really pretty, like a really pretty promotion for them or whatever if they asked me. But now it's like I personally don't feel like just sitting down and promoting stuff or making content, just promoting things that not that necessarily don't go with me. Like for example, like I did soup marks recently, which is delivery. That is not only awesome, and they were lovely to work with, but also it did go with me. Like for a long time, if you know me, I was like begging for delivery in Umagao, and now there's like a lot of services and stuff like that. But Soupmarks gave me that chance, and I was so grateful, and it just made sense to me. I feel like now that muscle in my brain that's a little bit of a hater in a way of like just disingenuous disingenuine, is that even a word? Of content like that is, it's just very worked out. And I literally, it's so hard for me to watch sponsored content in a way. And just content in general, I think is just not something that I want to do anymore. I think the influencer world has become very vapid, and it always has been, you know, like I don't feel interested in making content like that anymore. Will I do fun shoots, and will I do I don't know, will I post about my life every so often? Yeah. But I don't want to be known for that anymore. I want to do more than that, I think. And that's why I'm so grateful to have this podcast where I can vocalize it. And it's like this one area where I can like have a lot of fun with the content that I do want to make, if I ever do want to make content. But selling myself as a brand is just not on the table anymore. And I want to move on to bigger and better things with my life. And the cool thing is that podcasting and the Eshis is a part of that. I don't know. I've thought about where I want to go in life so much recently, and definitely being a content creator in like the most basic way is just not it anymore for me personally. I don't know. And I know that sounds like I'm giving up, but I'm not giving up. I'm just redirecting, and I'm focusing on things that I actually really like to do, because I think for a long time I was also like, I have to sit down and organize all these pictures that I took today and make it so aesthetic and so whatever. And then just struggling seeing so many other people. Like, you know what was something that hit it for me? You know, I've been sponsored before, I've had brand deals before and stuff, but there are people that do it like, if not every month, every 2 weeks, and if not every 2 weeks, every week they have a sponsorship or they post something, or like, you know, they're consistently making money off of what they do. And I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I was jealous, not in the way of like, look at this person, but like jealous, like, oh damn, I wish I could do that. And then it hit me like, do I even want to do that? Do I even want to sit down and record things for this brand? I don't think I do anymore. And I think I was a little freed by that thought, and that has made me dedicate myself to, hey, listen, honestly, let me just say this also before I get to that one thought. I love how unorganized this podcast is. I love my social media manager job. I love it. And any skill or any like ideas that I have for social media content creation will be left for that job, because it's great. I love it. So yeah. And then also let me just say that I would much rather have a ton of doodles and drawings and things that I have written that are never going to make it to the light of day. Although I hope, you know, de aquí a unos años I do something about all my art and all my writing. But I'd rather do a ton of crazy doodles like 5 times a day than make one really good video for a brand. I know that sounds crazy, but it's just, sometimes things just click in your mind of like, what am I even doing? And that's kind of where I am right now. I'm going to end the podcast here. Listen, I've been thinking a lot about, like, for example, maybe we'll get into this in February because of Valentine's Day or whatnot. But I've been thinking a lot about long-term progress or things that I feel like happen that we get so desperate for because, like, not to be like TikTok has shortened our attention spans, but it kind of has. And like our attention spans are so like we dread so much. We dread aging, first of all. Like, one day I'll get into that. But we dread, I feel like we no longer, and this is probably not our fault, but, because of war and because of, like, climate change and our mental health, we don't really look into the future and the consequences of our actions now into the future. And, that sounds negative, but I actually want to say it in a positive way. We can't really sit down and do something and wait for the fruits of our labor from here to years anymore. I feel like now everything is so quick and so fast paced. Like, let's make the money now. And it's like, I feel like if you really love something, you have to wait for it to blossom when it's ready. And that applies to everything, to your love life. But at least in my case, I'm talking about like projects or like just personal projects or passion projects, as they call it, or whatever. I don't want to be successful. I mean, I want to be successful now just to maintain myself. But if I'm going to be successful in the long term, in the long run, for a long time, if I want longevity, if I want something to be good for a long time, to the fact that it's like worth it, like if I want something to age like a fine wine, I have to be patient with the progress. I have to be patient with the process. And that means that like the progress might not be quick. It might be like, you got to take it one day at a time. It's probably not going to be right now. It's going to be a long while from now. So I think if we're patient with ourselves, because I'm also like, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I think it's so funny that like a month or more ago, I was like, I want to go back to college or whatever. And, with this whole realization recently, I was like, wait, maybe I should go to therapy. And I am going to therapy soon. I feel like everyone cheered. Everyone's just like, finally, this bitch is going to therapy. No, but it was like a meme. It was like, motherfuckers will get a whole degree before they go to therapy. And that was literally me. And no, like, I have to take care of myself first. And I've been taking care of myself. I'm so proud of the way that I've been taking care of myself physically and also mentally. Me falta salirme de las redes, dude, because I've done it before. I don't know why it's been so hard recently to just like take that break again, because it's fun. It's great. I love being off social media. That's the thing as well. It's like social media just does not fill me anymore. It's not interesting anymore. It's like I tweeted, social media is in a flop era. It's so much. I just don't care about anything or anyone anymore in that way. I'm way more interested in traditional media, in like just, I don't know. Maybe it'd be like, that's the thing. Like, does anyone, I feel like it is going down. The interest in social media is going down. Mark my words. Right now, January 16, 2024. But yeah, I think I got everything out the way. If I didn't, it's because I haven't been drinking coffee lately, and I drank some decaf, so I'm kind of just like very chill right now, and I'm not all worked up. But nevertheless, I hope this was interesting to you. I'm not quitting social media, obviously, but I am. But in a way, I am as well. Like, my vision of social media has changed to the point that I'm not going to be making content in the same way anymore. That's for sure. And I already explained all the reasons why. It just really no me interesa ya. That's it. But let me know, do you guys feel the same way? Do you feel like social media is deteriorating, or the interest in it is? Because I feel like we all thought the internet was going to be something, not even the internet, because the internet has been here to stay, but like what has definitely left is like every social media Instagram, Facebook, they've all had their eras, and some have, gone up. Right now, TikTok's the thing that's up. I think that it's gonna come down. Maybe not this year, maybe not next year, but in the next few years. And I'm already feeling the fatigue that people feel from it. I think traditional media is gonna come back in a biggish way. So, yeah, what do you guys think? Do you agree or do you not agree? Or what do you even think in general? Do you like I tried to tape this, but visibly that was an error. But do you like my body jewelry? Because I've been wanting to wear this combo for a while. I hope you guys like it. And I hope you like and comment and let me know what you think. And I will see y'all in the Valentine's episode. I think I have a few things planned for, well, not really, but there's gonna be like double the content. So stay tuned for that, and I will see y'all next time.